Welcome back. This is part 4. It's a continuation from parts 2 and 3 of the FMS Avanti 18th Anniversary Edition turbine conversion using the top design kit from RC Castle. Now, I know in the last video I said that completes the power plant, but as I was, as you can see right now, everything's installed just the way it should be. I laser aligned everything, so everything's lined up. But when the turbine was mounted on top, as I was aligning it to drill the holes to make sure it was lined up correctly, when it came time to flip it, take this all out and flip it over, I had problems right here. So right here, this is the plastic piece or the EDF mounts right in this area, and that stack piece, you know, the stack that we built up under here was hitting this right here, so I couldn't pull it out enough to get out of those tanks. So what I ended up doing was I measured about 5 millimeters back on the bottom. I'll show you in a second, but I measured 5 millimeters back, and then I put about a 45-degree bevel on it, so that when I loosen all these bolts, this whole thing will just slide out and come up real nice and easy out of there. All right. So I'll go ahead and show you right now what I did. And I also made a cover on the bottom for those wires, because that's going to be a nice hot spot underneath where the turbine's sitting. One sec. All right, so and the other problem I had was I didn't sand back far enough on that stack, because when it came time to put these screws in here for, from the underside, I didn't have room. So I'll show you. I had to sand that back a little bit more. Just stuff you guys can be aware of that make your install a little easier if you're buying the K45 kit and actually using the Zyko instead. Alright, and as you can see, it's all loose. Now all I got to do is just pull it back, and it comes right out nice and easy. Doesn't get any better than that. So you can see right here and right here how much more I had to hog out in that area there so that screw head would fit. Same thing with this one. Now once again, plenty of material to do it. And we still got even more material left. If we want to use an X60, it's going to fit just fine. Just got to, sand this back more and sand this back more. But you can see how the Zyko is mounted now underneath. All right, and I kind of, like I said, I kind of measured it as good as I could. It was kind of hard to get under there with a pen or pencil, but it's about 5 millimeters back, and then here you can see the beveled edge I put on it. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Yeah, there we go. And this one. Yeah, you get the idea. So that now, you can see that if this thing's sitting in here like that, let's go this side. If it's kind of sitting in there like that, you can see how much room it has now. When you go to pull it out, you've got room to come back and then pull up and come out real easy. And she also slides in like extremely easy. And then if you can see it on the, no, you probably can't. Let me raise it up. You can see I glued in my curved pieces right there. All right. Now I use Gorilla Glue. I really like the Gorilla Glue. I got that off of Paul Applebaum, watching his videos, because it'll foam up and expand, and boy does it really bite into foam real good once it foams up like that. And the Gorilla Glue that I'm using, is this one, right? And the trick with it is, you put a bead of glue on the part, and then you just, where's my sprayer? you just, what did I do with my sprayer? Oh, man. Oh, I just had it. Oh, there it is. Anyways, you take your little spray bottle with water, right? And you just give it a quick pumps in the air, just to make that mist in the air. And then take your part that's got glue on it and just mist it. Just wave it through that mist. That's all you gotta do. It's all the water you need on it. Just spray, mist it through, you're done, and it'll foam up. And if you get too much water, boy, it's gonna foam up bad. So you just want to lightly mist it, and you can see where, it just foamed up just enough and made a great bite. I mean, those suckers are in there. They're not coming out. Now, the other thing I did, I was just mentioning earlier, was this little piece right here. So if you remember, there's an open space where those wires were coming through, and of course that's going to be right there at the hot end of the turbine. So I made that little piece right there, and then I made a little template for what it's supposed, how I did it. Let's see, can I get it out of the glare? Yeah, there we go. So you can see the dimensions. So if you want to make yours, you can make it. I just used just some light ply. All I did, light ply, and then of course I Gorilla glued it in. So you can see it just kind of foamed up just a little bit in these areas, just perfect. That thing's not coming out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a BVM heat shield. Let me grab it. Yeah, going to use that BVM heat shield, right? Good stuff, right? I'm going to put two coats all in where the hot area is. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and probably coat everything from here back, and just slightly behind the thrust tube. I'll go ahead and paint all that. Two coats of the heat shield on it, and I'll do the same thing with this. I'll basically probably just coat the whole inside of it with two coats. Yeah, you can use aluminum tape. Aluminum tape's adding more weight. This BVM stuff hardly weighs anything, so I like the BVM. Some people like aluminum tape. I'm trying to shave much weight off as possible. I want to get as much speed as I can out of this. Let's see what else here. Pipe. We talked about that. We showed these. I think that's everything I did. Yeah, that was the big thing. And as you can see here, of course the Zycoi is mounted underneath. Like I said, it has to go. And then once you put this in, and I've got some pictures. I'm going to post pictures in this video of the laser alignment and looking up the rear, and you can see how everything's perfectly aligned. So if the Zycoi is on top, the turbine's going to be sitting way too high compared to the pipe. And so, it has to go underneath on these. Right? Now you can see how easy it is to install again. So if you need to do something. I used wood screws for now. I might go back and change these to bolts. Not sure what I want to do. If I keep the wood screws, I'll probably put split washers underneath just to keep tension on them so they don't vibrate loose. I haven't decided how I want to do it yet, but simple install. Drop it in. Line up the tangs. Push it forward. Bam. There you go. Doesn't get any easier than that. And everything's lined up. And so you remember, if you're having problems getting it aligned, loosen up these screws so you got that wiggle room to get everything going. But once you have it set, you can tighten everything down, and then it's just going to come out like that, and it's just going to go right back in just like butter. Boom. Alright, so I hope that helps you guys that are doing this using the K45 kit. Once again, I've got it just about an inch from the end of the nozzle here to the beginning of the pipe. Maybe just a little bit less than an inch in there. And yeah, I'm not gonna aluminum tape that whole rear. With that double pipe, you're fine. You're gonna have airflow flowing through there. You're not gonna have to worry about aluminum taping this. But now looking at the pipe, because the double wall doesn't start till about right here, so then I'll probably end up BVM heat shielding this whole entire area also, just to make sure the foam doesn't melt. And if you got any questions, put it in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer them. But now I think the power plant's now completely done, so shouldn't have to come back to this area anymore. So we can start work on part 5, being starting to carve out the foam to get that fuel tank in there. All right, until next time.